Hesitation and a direct hit. Umpire Kaiser Hyatt is at square leg. He's called for the replay, and the boys from the Netherlands reckon they've got their first wicket.
And Nathan Askell, I think, is going to be walking off. I think he knows that he's well short of his ground, and what an unbelievable start here for the Netherlands. So Craig Spearman just pushing out through into the offside there, and the man there at short cover, Deleda, coming in there, and it's a direct hit, and we will find that Askell is well short of his ground, and so that's a wonderful breakthrough. Great start there for the Netherlands. Nathan Askell has run out for no score, and New Zealand have lost their first wicket without a run on the board.
Fortunately, they're all fit for this game. Paul Yarnbucker pitching too short once again.
Really, for a start.
Over the top goes Spearman. That's a lovely shot. Dead straight. And 4 runs. Roland Lefebvre. Away he goes again. And just wide of the fieldsman. And into the fence for 4 more. Took on the fieldsman that time, Craig Spearman.
And in more ways than one, Grant, because he's backed himself to go down the track. The keeper's standing up. Lefebvre does quite well trying to drift it down leg side. He may have seen him coming. Then, of course, he had to worry about where he was going to place the shot once he hit it in the air. The man is quite square here at backward square leg. He was able to hit it just square enough to avoid him.
Hammers this off the back foot. That's a good shot. Running away from the fieldsman. That was all timing from Craig Spearman. And the New Zealand... Fleming, a lovely off drive for 4.
Well, Nolan Clark's in there at short cover for Holland, and just for a second I thought he probably thought he was in business here, because he did play it in the air, Fleming. Wasn't quite to it, and did lift it slightly. A hand went out from Clark, just briefly, and then I think he thought better of it. It was past him and to the fence.
And Spearman goes over the top again. Fieldsman closing, and not this time. Well, they really have shown wonderful commitment, the Dutch players in the field, but that time the ball just winning the race.
Well,
that's right in the slot again, and Spearman knows what to do with that. 4 more to Craig Spearman. He goes over the top. That's a big hit. 1 bounce, 4 more. Really are on the attack now, the New Zealand batsmen.
I think the problem for the Dutch side here is the sameness about the bowling attack. I think once you get in and you're confident about the pace of the pitch, you can start to use your feet with confidence. And Fleming, well, he's pulled that from outside the off stump, and 1 bounce, 4.
Slower delivery. He's got it away again, backward a point. This should go to the fence as well. Well, that's a terrific over for New Zealand. 83 for 1.
Beautiful pull shot, too short. 4 runs.
Very for his team out there with his off spin. Not a lot of turnout for him though.
Reverse sweep again. This time more productive. Good shot. 4 runs. Gee, he sees it early, doesn't he? Gets into it at position very nicely.
Catch it!
Goes for the big hit. It's in the air. Down to deep mid-off. Should catch it. And he has. He holds onto it. Very good catch down there. Craig Spearman taking on the outfield. Didn't quite get onto it. Hit underneath it. And immediate success for the captain as he comes on and bowls his first over.
Well, a bit of a waste for New Zealand, and Craig Spearman will be disappointed with that, because he is well set and was probably unnecessary, because it is a long boundary out there. Got under it, and the young 18-year-old Bas Zouderend gets under it and takes a very good catch for his captain and for his team, and so that's the breakthrough they've needed. They've waited a long time for it. They have taken a bit of a pasting in the field just recently, but Craig Spearman's gone for 68. New Zealand 119 for 2.
Baz Zyderant again, and that's 2 catches for the young man. What a terrific debut this has been for young Baz Zyderant.
Yeah. He's really doing well at the moment. He needs this little confidence for him. Now there's the 2nd wicket for Stephen Lubbers, and very good for him. He bowls very well.
New Zealand 155 for 3. Oh, and unfortunately he missed stumping it. Well, now he's a Hyatt who's called for the replay. Maybe he got there in time. There was a fumble first up, but a quick recovery there by the young wicket-keeper. And he's got him off in time, so that's very good work. So Stephen Lubbers doing a great job for Holland, and Roger Toos is gone. New Zealand 165 for 4 after 30 overs at 6.
That's a bit rough. That's gone down leg side, and Cairns has helped it on its way down to the fence.
Well, it was a quicker ball from Stephen Lubbers, probably the arm ball, and he didn't quite get it right, and he drifted it leg side, and Chris Cairns really was allowed to paddle it round. It would have been signalled a wide had he not connected it, but I'm sure he'd rather take advantage of getting 4 runs for it. So that's well played, and beat the man who's up in the circle there at just backward at square on the leg side.
New Zealand have 200 on the board. Here goes Cairns. He's hammered this. 1 bounce. 4 more. Big shot from Chris Cairns to end the over at 204 for 4.
Oh, that's a big hit. That is a massive hit. That is 6 runs. Beautifully struck there by Chris Cairns.
Well, I've been crying 6 of 6 of the crowd. They haven't seen too many of them today. It's a man back at long on, and he was going back and back and back and back. Couldn't go back far enough. 240 for 4.
Run rate just under 6 runs per over. At the moment, one would expect that to go over 6. Swings across it, another big one. Is it going to make it? It is. 6 runs. 2 in 2 overs.
Well, the foot's gone down on the accelerator now. Cantrell, the bowler. Nice little gentle off spinner. And this has cleared the fence again. Both fences and into the crowd.
Cairns goes straight again. This one, yes, it's over again, I think. Magnificent shot straight down the ground. Fieldsman had just for a fleeting second, a chance of picking it up. Just a little slow in getting around there. Well struck again by Cairns.
Well, the crowd in Baroda now getting what they came to see. Chris Cairns in full flight, and they don't come much straighter than that.
Gives himself for a man bowled. Cantrell saw the move early, giving himself just a little bit of room. Chris Cairns once again going after Cantrell, exposing the stumps. A quicker delivery from Peter Cantrell, and the 5th wicket is down for New Zealand.
Full marks to the bowler here, Cantrell. Take the hat off to him. He saw Cairns give himself room. A little bit quicker through the air, dead on target, and Cairns is gone. Punishing blows in that 52, 253 for 5.
Chris Harris, the new batsman. Full toss, 6 runs, flat, hard, and clear of the boundary.
Well, sometimes the old waist high full toss, they can be a bit difficult to get away, but he's hit this so well.
Is it a no ball, Smithy?
It's only travelled, it's not life threatening, is it? It's only travelled about 30 feet off the air, flat, as you say, Keith, and the timing was superb. There's a man out there, he had no chance.
Oh, that's another big 6. That's Perori's 50. 3 sixes in the last few overs. The little fella batting extremely well. Well played.
Well, this is a bonus for Adam Perori. He was left out against England. He must have wondered, with New Zealand winning, whether he was going to get a go today. And he has got the chance, and he seized it.
Out. Should be out. Points it away to mid-wicket. Nolan Clark, the fieldsman there, straight to him. In fact, not the best deliveries received today, and another big innings just escapes the New Zealand batsman.
Rory's on his way, a useful 55, New Zealand 279 for 6.
Jamon looks to be in some difficulty out there, maybe a bit of a back problem. That could affect his wicket keeping later in the game.
Big shout, and Chris Harris is gone. So once again, Marcel Shaber, wicket-keeper, who's been very impressive here, involved in the action once again.
Chris Harris, he'll be disappointed with that because really it was a wide ball and it was a free hit. And the keeper standing up did well to take that catch, got himself in a very good position. He's happy.
Nicely into the gap. That one's got past the diving outfielders.
Well, there appeared to be a bit of a mix-up out there with two of the Dutchmen. It's not deciding who was actually going to stop the ball, and really they almost collided with each other.
And a chance here. And once again it's the keeper who's in the thick of things. So he completes a very good 50 overs work with the gloves. Marcel Shaber catching Deepak Patel.
And so Danny Morrison, right-handed batsman, almost holds a world record for most test ducks. Well, the thing is, I don't think he's going to have a strike today because there's only one ball left and the captain Lee Jamon will have that privilege. And it's a question of where it's going to go. The last ball of the innings.
It's going to fall just short of the outfield. Just a single to Lee Jamon. So New Zealand finished with 307 for the loss of 8 wickets in their 50 overs, and they can be well pleased with that score.
In the air, but safe. Went after it. That's put the pressure on the young fellow. A couple of wides and then punished through the covers for 4 runs.
Well, you'd never guess he's from Barbados, would you, Nolan Clark? Look at this, stand and deliver stuff. That's the full flourish, the West Indian flourish, through the covers and to the fence for 4. Great stuff.
Punishing that one off the back foot. Just a little bit short to him. And throwing it to the bowlers end, a good move. Going to where the 47-year-old is running, and there could be overthrows here. Bit of sloppy cricket there from New Zealanders.
When you're 47, you hit 4, you like to see it go over the rope. You don't want to run him all, I guess, too often, Keith, but he'll take him.
19 boundaries and 5 sixes in that total of 307 off the 50 overs for New Zealand. Bowled him, threw him just a little bit late coming down on it, and that's a very good breakthrough for young Robert Kennedy. There's been enormous pressure on him. The New Zealanders quite rightfully come in and congratulate him.
Well, yes, they do. A sad blow for Holland. This Nolan Clark looked to be just getting going, and he's been cut off at the pass, really. This is a good delivery from Kennedy, which is just outside off stump. Angles back in with the arm and looking to hit round it somewhat, Nolan Clark. He misses out, Kennedy hits, and Holland 18 for 1. Didn't dictate that.
Nice drive. Morrison just looking for the Yorker there, and Cantrell making good contact. Just had enough. Oh, good save. Down goes the hoarding, but good save, and I think that was a legitimate one. There was no chance there, I don't think, of the feet being over when he dragged it back. He was certainly in the field of play.
Well, that's a very good shot from Peter Cantrell because it's a slower ball. Look, he hardly even lets it go, Danny Morrison. Really struggles to get to the other end. Sticks out the foot, gets past him. And look at the good work from Roger Toos, Keith, as you say. Commitment down there. Looks as if it's going for 4. Bang, he gets it back just in time. Down go the hoardings, back comes the ball.
Coming up now for the 10th over of Holland's innings, Robert Kennedy, the bowler. That's a very pleasant shot, beautifully played. And the fieldsman gives it away. That's a lovely boundary.
New Zealand bowlers on really slowish pitch conditions.
He's got that very fine. This will put a bit on Craig Spearman. He can't get to it. So he's certainly being given a good workout here by Lee Jamont. He's hit that well. Very good shot. Alfonso, 4 runs.
Straight drive, right back past the bowler. That was well played and went very quickly again to the boundary. And this is something that the Netherlands batsmen need to do. Obviously they're going to challenge the score, and I'd say it's a near hopeless task really. You might have to eat the words later. But they're going to have to get some boundaries.
Bowled him. So no ball. So he can stay there. The batsman's not aware of it. They could run him out here. Now he can't do that either, because the bails are already off. So it's a no ball, and he's still in.
Well, Robert Kennedy, I guess that's the inexperience of the man there, because if he'd actually held the ball in hand and run up to the wickets with the bails off and taken a stump out of the ground with ball in hand, and Alfonso was out of his crease, he would have been given out, run out. But I think had that happened, that would not have been good in the spirit of the game. As we see Kennedy bowling, a no ball has been called. He's got through the defences there of Alfonso. We felt he was genuinely dismissed and started to leave the ground. As we see it getting through bat pad, direct hit middle stump. And as he started to leave the ground, heard the call, tried to get back to his crease. And unfortunately for him, he's able to do that.
It's all happening in this over. Shy at the stumps, and that's going to be possibly 4 overthrows. So New Zealand have given away 4 runs for the sake of hitting the stumps at the bowler's end. Kennedy suffers, has a quick look across to the fieldsman and can't believe it.
Well, it's all happening here, isn't it? That ball just pushed out into the mid-wicket position. The looks of it might be what Harris, is it? Direct hit, the batsman's okay, he's made his ground Cantrell, but the deflection and Patel trying to back up there, he's been beaten. And so the bowler, unfortunately for Kennedy, is going to suffer those extra runs.
They got onto that one quite quickly. That's a good shot, well timed. It's been pretty watched in the 15th over, so not a rapid start, but solid.
Catch!
And well caught. And what's more, he's had another let-off. This is amazing. Umpire Robinson, now I think he's suggesting that the fieldsman was too deep. And they're pointing, the New Zealanders are pointing out to umpire Robinson that this is the 16th over. We've gone past 15. So I'm sure that's what the disagreement is about. Umpire Robinson checking with Keizer Hyatt, and he nods in agreement and says, "I'm sorry, Alfonso, I can't save you any longer. You're on your bike." And he's been given out. Stephen Lubbers there, a good piece of work by Chris Harris. The throw was high, throw from Kennedy originally. Harris had to go high and he dragged it down onto the stumps.
Well, he called the run a second run, Steve Lubbers, so he's only really got himself to blame. He did look to be labouring somewhat out. The throw from Kennedy was quite accurate, but it was too high. And then you look at the good work here from Harris, the good presence of mind to drag it down onto the stumps, and he's well short, about 1.5 metres. Umpire Ian Robinson from Zimbabwe gets it exactly right, and Steve Lubbers is on his way, the Holland captain, and now Holland 85 for 3.
It's strange for some of the Dutch players to play against Nathan Essel and Lee Germont. Lee Germont was the coach for Red and White this year, and Nathan Essel was the player for VOC in Rotterdam. And Bas Zuiderland and Klaas-Jan van Noordwijk played for the same club.
There's 4 runs off. Went for it, it's wide of mid-off and 4 runs. That's the one that they've been searching for, just to try and break things up a little bit. Took the risk and got away with it. Good shot. Nice sweep shot. 4 runs. Timed it nicely. Not easily to play that shot against Harris. Morrison just not able to get around. Well struck. Got it on the bounce and kept running away from the fieldsman. I guess that you're chasing 308 for victory.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we accept a defeat, but we try to make a good impression.
As Harris just holding one back there, and Peter Cantrell looking for the drive, just holding out to the fieldsman at short cover there. Very good field placings by Jamon there. Astle, the fieldsman there, he's already taken one catch right off the meat of the bat, but just not quite to the pitch of the ball. And a very good field placing there. So Holland struggling now, losing the 4th wicket. Cantrell out for 45 off 86 deliveries. Miserly. Oh, it's out, LBW. Umpire Robinson there judging the batsman to be out, LBW. I thought it might have been doing just a little bit too much in the air. But he's in a lot better position than us. So unfortunately, Rudy, the loss of another wicket. Tim DeLader for Holland.
Yeah, it's a pity that Tim DeLader has gone. He can score a quick 50, but yeah, not today.
And it's Holland 5 for 102 in this, the 32nd over.
Whipped away nicely through mid-wicket. This will be a good contest. The outfield has certainly quickened up, and well, he's moved the rope a bit perhaps, but never mind. And
enough. Well, that's a lovely shot. Right off the middle of the bat. That's well hit. So good over there for Holland. 2 boundaries and 2 very well struck shots. That's well struck. Right off the middle of the bat. So the run rate just picking up nicely here for Holland. And the stump is smashed. It's probably stump vision gone for a Burton there, I would say. Robert Kennedy, spot on with his accuracy. The end of Klaas Jan van Noordweg.
There's well bowled too by Kennedy. He's come back well to pick up his 2nd wicket now and had an indifferent start. And could easily have had a 3rd wicket as well, because he actually bowled Aponso on a no ball. And Peter Turner has always felt that Robert Kennedy, if he gets it right, is one of the straighter bowlers in the New Zealand side.
And with all that messing around, the new batsman at the crease is the wicketkeeper, Marcel Shaver.
at 1 bounce and 4 runs. Good shot.
Some of them are doing it better than pretty well. He's having a good day, the wicketkeeper batsman, Marcel Shaver, and that's a very good shot. Just drifting down leg side. He has to pick it up, and he does it well. 1 bounce 4.
3 overs remaining, 169 for 6, a long way from the New Zealand total, 307 for 8, and Roger Twos is going to have a bowl now, so they're all having a bit of a workout.
Catch!
Oh, and he almost has a wicket too, first up. In fact, he's going to concede 4 runs. But
after anything.
Appeal for the stumping by Jamon, and again, umpire Robinson has gone for the 3rd umpire to make a decision. And this could be a big moment for Stephen Fleming. Let's have a look.
Well, Shakil Khan, the 3rd umpire. Ian Robinson's giving him a good working out. A good bit of work here from Jamon. And yes, well, that's got to be very close. We'll see the bats back there, and he's given him straight away. Well, that is interesting.
So Stephen Fleming has a wicket. Delight for him. And the
Interested in looking at the captain.
into the gloves of Lee Jamon, and that is it. The 50 overs have been completed. Handshakes all round, and New Zealand win this game by 119 runs, as after 50 overs Holland finished at 188 for 7 in reply to New Zealand's 307 for 8 at the end of 50 overs. It was always going to be a tall order for the Dutch, but Ian Smith have come out of this match with a lot of credit.
It was a big occasion, and they certainly didn't let themselves down on the field. The commitment was there for the full 50 overs. With the bat, they didn't get the best of starts. They lost their hitter, Nolan Clark, fairly early on in the piece. He was the one that was going to give them the flyer, to give them this target a bit of a shake. And when he went, then I think it was up to the rest of them to really get some respectability. And at 188 for 7, they certainly achieved that as well.